It is Saturday, November the 15th, and I'm getting back on the ball, y'all. Let's talk about the pick-me's and the patriarchy. My darlings, first of all, I just want to say thank you. I want to thank y'all for bearing with me over these last couple of weeks because I have been trying to get back into that mental space where I can have my full personality for all of my podcasts. I didn't get to do my Toke Takes podcast this week, partly because my co-host had his own injury and needed to heal up. But I was also going through like this stuff over here and was just like, I don't have it in me to come in here and laugh and be cool because I don't feel like laughing. So I appreciate y'all bearing with me while I go through this stuff with my daughter and my ex and, you know, sitting back and watching the crash happen. So anyway, we're going to talk about the pick-me's upholding the patriarchy. Okay, we're going to dibble and dabble about a lot of things in relation to that because folks are realizing, oh, this is the culture. Oh, and like I keep saying, yeah, I don't know why you're surprised. They have insurance for it. They have insurance for it and you're surprised. That's like seeing someone, okay, knowing that they have car insurance and then being surprised when they have a car. That's what y'all sound like. Like, oh, I guess that is what the car insurance was for. I guess it makes sense that they have a car. If you have diddle insurance, what do you have under your roof? Shocked, right? Shocked and shooketh, as per usual. Okay, before I hop in this, though, because we're going to talk about Butch Body, and I don't know what to make of this public display, right? On the one hand, you could say this is her publicly jumping ship because she's trying to separate herself, and she's realized that this is her best bet. She's got a massive platform right now going against Big Stinky, and she's taking advantage. I could see that. Or it could be part of the distrazione, right? They love to, just like him and Mascarina, right? When they did that little like public text fight, you know, I mean, total BS, but it gave us all something to talk about. So just saying real quick, did you see there was a little, not a meme, but a piece of history where they discovered in ancient Egypt, right? Men would be given days off for their partners or their daughters being on their cycle so that they could stay home and help with the housework. And when I saw that, I was like, so we've gone backwards. We've gone backwards from ancient times. Ancient Egypt knew, okay, when it was the woman's week, homeboy, husband, brother, whatever, could get time off of work to stay home and help because they acknowledged that it was painful. Sheesh. Here we are in 2025 where we've got a bunch of these dudes, okay, Captain Bone Spurs and Brainworm, etc., standing up there talking about women need to just take the pain and bear it. Okay, you shouldn't be having Tylenol, all right, just suffer. Just suffer and work, and serve your man and don't complain. Okay, this is your job. This is your role. You're beneath us. You're too emotional. Hey, did someone call me a name? We need to, that whole country. We need to take out innocent people in boats. We need to, okay, all right, those are the rational, non-emotional people. Side note, you do know that when you're on your cycle, you have more testosterone. So when men are complaining and talking about you're acting more womanly, you're actually acting more like them. Okay? There's a lot of things you haven't noticed, or you probably have noticed. Like they always say, we talk a lot. You ever notice they never shut up? They don't shut up. They don't shut up. They just say we talk a lot because they never want it to be someone else's turn. And y'all know what I mean when I say they, not y'all. You know who I'm talking about. Don't come into the comments and say, not me. I know not you, baby. I wasn't talking about you, but if you identify yourself, now I'm going to look at you and I'm going to side eye, raised eyebrow. Okay, so yes, we can sit here and talk about, first of all, the loneliness thing, right? People going, why is there a loneliness epidemic when I see nothing but pick-me's on here going, hey, pick me, look, I'm already ready. And that's exactly why. And more people are paying attention to that. Those men don't want pick-me's because pick-me's are already ready to submit and they don't like consent. Okay, those men, the same ones that'll tell you need them around to protect you from other men, the guys that'll say, not all men. And then they go to their daughter and go, I know what men think. Okay, more that gaslighting and doublespeak that they do all the time, all right? They don't like consent. They're the ones campaigning against teaching consent in schools. They don't want young girls to know about consent. Why would you want them to consent? That's why. Because they have a thing for making someone do something they don't want to do, or coercing them, or changing them, or lying about their whole personality. It's a game, okay? And it's all about taking something from someone that they wouldn't have gotten if they were there themselves. And I can go through all my exes. Y'all know I had the one who the hidden wife who's looking for a beard, the guy who's actually smashing his roommate and is looking for girlfriends to cover for it. Okay, like just endless stuff. Speaking of endless stuff, this Kelly lady, the woman who has a 14-year-old daughter, who is now publicly saying, and the amount of people who are publicly saying these things with their government name and their face out front is the best part of this. You have a mother of a 14-year-old daughter saying 15 is adult adjacent. What's the big deal? You have men with daughters publicly stating, what's wrong with child you-know-what? What's wrong with it? Tell me. Tell me what's wrong with that. Boldly. Just as boldly as they were yelling slurs, just as boldly as they were saying feed them to alligators, y'all kept letting all of that slide. And you know who I mean when I say y'all. You kept waiting to see how bad it could go. How much worse do you need it to get before you realize that sometimes you have to take down the ship while you're still on it? All right, this isn't going to sail into a dock and they're going to get off and everything's going to be fine. Okay, they are demoing the White House. We don't have money. The money's gone. It's being sent everywhere else. Okay, like I do not know how much more it needs to go, but this thing where, yes, we have the pick-me's upholding this toxic patriarchy. They send them running out front. Why do you think Big Stinky has only been going after Nancy Mace, Lauren Boebert? Okay, the women that have said they're willing to sign off on releasing, the women who are survivors, okay, by their own stories, who are saying, hey, I'm crossing the line on this because this is important to me and women like me. And what is that man doing? He's calling them out. Not the other people. No, he's specifically calling out women who have experienced this and saying, be quiet. You saw him on Air Force One. A female reporter asked him about it and he, no, you shush it. And I forgot the name he called her. But instant nastiness. My ex, same thing. Instant nastiness as soon as it's a female talking to him in a way he doesn't. Excuse me, especially if he doesn't have physical access to you. Pfft. Okay, you're worth nothing. I can't use your body. Who are you? Don't talk to a female, okay? All right? Those are the totally not emotional, very mentally stable and emotionally regulated men that need to run everything, by the way. Just reminding y'all, we're going to keep reminding y'all that these are people who will believe a lie like that. If it's a lie, they will eat it up. Eat it up. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Take it to the tonsils. On their knees. Pads and all. Okay? When it's true, when it's, hey, the sky is blue outside, they need to see it somewhere. They need proof. They need evidence. They need scientific reporting. Not that they believe in any of that. You have grown men sitting up there going, okay, prove to me that this man had anything to do with what you guys are claiming. Don't tell me to read the emails. Don't tell me to look at any of the proof, okay? I need you to prove it to me without me actually seeing it or hearing it or accepting it, okay? I'm going to do this, and you find a way to convince me anyway. That's who y'all are waiting for to see the light. That's who you're waiting on. You think those people are going to come around. You think those people have a bottom. They don't have a bottom. Newsflash, reminder, this is what they wanted. They didn't want cheap gas. They didn't want cheap cheese. They didn't want jobs. None of that. They wanted women chained to houses. They wanted human equipment coming back. They wanted to be able to do whatever they want to do with the you-know-whos, okay? Put them to work, marry them, make them have kids, okay? All that. All of it. Sending endless money. They don't care. All of that is fine as long as they can yell slurs and then make a fundraiser for the slur they yelled coming back to bite them. Okay, this is their idea of meritocracy. And I just want to put out there that the same people that will tell you to be quiet and not talk about the abuse will turn around in court and say, why were you quiet? For the people who keep telling me that I need to stay quiet about abusers and their activities and how I need to, that protects them. I was already silent, and this is where it got me. We're not silent anymore, darling.